Hello, welcome into the Lone Wolf Tarot. I am the Lone Wolf, and today we're going to be talking about the King of Pentacles. Okay, so with the King of Pentacles, there could be somebody, you particularly, who's coming into a wealth energy, or maybe so there's potentially some you're either coming into a wealth energy. Okay, you could be someone who's very independent, someone who like if you speak to somebody, you only speak to someone for purpose, not for, engagement, enjoyment, and like it's not for anything other than, okay, I need to talk about money, then we talk about money. If I need to talk about, more business moves, we're talking about business moves. If I need to talk about some type of, this and that, like maybe that's the energy that you're in. You're like, I'm not talking about nothing other than my bag and what makes sense. And if it don't make sense, it can't make dollars, you feel me? So it's just like, you're not really trying to talk too heavy on type of anything right now. Okay, that's crazy. It's heavy given just business related. Maybe you're very focused on your business as well. You seem very strict. You give off a strict energy, okay? This could be boundaries that you set up because of some type of stuff you went through. Maybe something changed in your life that you weren't expecting. So now you're like ready already, prepared for, like, you came into this energy because you're prepared for the worst type of thing. You know people can give you the worst. So it's like you're like, I'm not really focused on none of that. I ain't focused on love. I ain't focused on anything other than my money. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if you try to talk to me about something that's nothing to do with money, please get out of my inbox. Are you trying to, um, like, you trying to grow something? Are you trying to build something here? Oh, you're not. You're just trying to flirt. That's ugly. Like, ugh, that's stupid. Like, it's giving like, yeah, you don't have time for this very strict energy, but it's also giving like this potential that you need to maybe step out of this energy and test something and experience something. Okay, please close the door. Go put on some pants and close the door. Okay. So, anyways, it's like giving, yeah, maybe there is a need for you to be a little bit hopeful. Only because with the Nine of Wands coming out, it's giving like you need to maybe open up a little bit. Okay, because it seems like you very much have a wall up. And maybe there's like some type of new beginning or new fortune or something that's gonna refresh your energy of believing and having some type of faith. Like it's like low key, like you're given like you lost faith in humanity potentially type of thing, or like faith in people, faith in relationships, faith in anything, and now you're just focusing on your bag, focusing on what, like, don't talk to me type of energy unless it's about my money. That's it. But yeah, like there could be a potential love trying to come talk to you with a love at the bottom, or maybe just like a new experience. Maybe it doesn't, I don't want it to be love, but it is giving potentially. Like you're building up a wall towards love. I'm not saying it is love. It could be work related, but like maybe you're not, it doesn't make sense. Maybe you put boundaries with your coworkers and employees, and they're like, nah, we're not friends, we're just business related. Like it could be that as well. But there's just like a boundary up that you're not trying to release, but it seems like you should because there's a purpose for it. You need to have some type of faith. Heavy on the faith energy, okay? So like there's something you need to be faithful about or like believe in, okay? Maybe it's ooh. So you could be losing faith. The lovers at the bottom. I'm not thinking about love, but it's like giving like there will be some type of victory. Maybe it could be like you're being put on a pedestal, or maybe something of the sort. Like you lost faith in the fact that you're gonna be recognized for something or be seen as somebody or someone for something that you're doing that you became very strict about doing, that you kept persisting in doing and like upholding the boundaries and doing, even if you didn't, like, let's say like you believe that no matter what, you're gonna just keep doing it because you like doing it, you love doing it, you want to do it. But at the end of the day, it could be like, don't lose the faith just because you gotta be strict now. You're dealing with something like it's like you're gonna be transforming your life pretty soon to where you are victorious in a way. It doesn't have to be in love with the lovers, but it could be also somebody is putting you on a pedestal just for the love aspect, since the lovers is at the bottom of the deck. But like, we're not saying it's about love, but it's gonna be transformative and successful, and like, you need to keep faith because okay, now we have the high priestess with the high priest, bruh. Now we have the now we have the temperance with the five of wands coming out. Like, yeah, it seems like there was a purpose for every issue that you ran into, um every argument, every toxic situation, every like demonic personality, force, energy, vibration, like every type of something that you went through was for a purpose, was for a reason, was um designed, destined, was like, I guess, calibrating in a way. You were building towards something, and now that you have these boundaries up in a way, it's giving like, don't lose faith just because you had to build up boundaries. You had to, you should have built these boundaries. It's very important that you are in this strict environment and this strict behavior, because it does give also the ability for you to embody this star type of thing, or maybe experience like being a star, being successful, being powerful, being just in a very good um, purpose, that you will be recognized for, whether it's someone putting you on a pedestal or not type of energy. It was all for a purpose, it was all for a cause type of energy. It was all, it's all coming back to you. I don't know why I want to say that. Maybe you've watched Boomerang or something of the sort as well. Maybe it's like all the good that you put out into these like these competitive crazy energies. Like, okay, you put something into this though, like let's say with the temperance now, right? There was a give and a flow of energies. Okay, so you were energy exchanging with these tension, these toxic energies, and maybe you were somebody who was giving good energy, and while people were responding with you back in a negative way. I mean, in a, like a, I don't want to know why I want to say jealous, but like potentially jealous kind of way as well. Even though this doesn't really give jealous, they could be in rivalry with you because of jealousy, but you always poured in goodness. Potentially, that's what it's giving me, only because. Anyway, let's just like, that's what I'm getting right with the temperance. So and it was like, that was purposeful for a reason. It's all coming back to you. Maybe you have good karma on the way as well, and you became strict and set boundaries up, because if you were just loosey goosey with this energy that you're potentially getting, you would not be benefiting solely on your good karma potentially as well. Maybe you would be giving it away to these energies because you were just so kind in the past. Like, it's not like giving like you're not kind anymore, but it's giving like you just have some type of sense about what you give your fortune, your wealth, and your abundance and prosperity to. Um, maybe maybe you're like a money magnet as well, someone who is very wealthy and energetic energies, and maybe people have came um, to get the cup filled up type of energy, until you start putting boundaries around that as well. So they were benefiting off of you being like money energy type of thing. I don't know what I was gonna say, but like, maybe you're pouring it into yourself now. You're being called to also pour it into yourself. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Anything else that I'm missing out on? I wanted to ask about something in particular, but I forgot. So the lovers has now finally come out. So this could be something that you are going to be passionate about, okay? It could be a new start in love as well. It could be also just something that you're like aligning with. You could be aligning with something that is very passionate for you, something that is very beautiful for you. Maybe something that you feel a lot of like inner, like you feel like you can do. anything with this newfound separation or boundaries or whatever. Maybe you're pouring into yourself now and you're becoming more stronger with your manifestations, and that's why you're going to be recognized for something or be successful in something, or maybe you're gaining confidence in something. Okay, but yeah, it's giving like you just controlling more now what you're giving and what you're putting into, what you're following with, what you're going towards as well. But it's if it is romantic, on the romantic side of things, you're needing to keep the faith when it comes to your romance. Like if you desire a romance and you're tired of all the love that you put into other situations that ended up in strife, with tensions, with fights, physical or not. You know, like maybe you were also in physically abusive relationships potentially in the past. It's given like keep the faith though with anything, but especially like with love relationships and with whatever you were building in the past and giving your energy and finances to. Keep the faith when it comes to like it turning around, it being better, you being in a better position, and being seen in a high standing, being able to control the situation so that it can benefit you instead of it being in a chaotic energy. Because the only, like this card is one of the most chaotic cards, and it's like that's an outside person coming in, multiple people coming in and influencing the narrative for this area to be chaotic, when in reality, every other card is more like unified and or an individual. So like when you get involved with others, you could have potentially caused some type of issues, or allowed issues in your space, and because that deteriorate your faith. But don't lose your faith if it's friends, if it's finances, if it's being seen, if it's romantic. Like don't lose the faith because of the other individuals that were involved in chaos. Anyway, I just go on a tangent. Let's get out of here. Let's close it out, please. Close it out, energy. I hope um, if this message resonated, please let me know or comment or share it or whatever the heck. But magician for closing energy, yeah, you're basically just taking your power back. You're with this strict energy, you are more controlling of your power. You're more controlling of your manifestations. You're more connected with yourself. But please, with the judgment in reverse, don't punish yourself because of outside sources. Oh my gosh, all the cards fell. Outside sources because of what other people were doing to you or around you, or because of the abilities you have, or because of the energy you give them or something, or like you filled these people up or you filled these situations up, and closing yourself off to anything good is like any potential of good is still hurting yourself and letting these karmics win, low-key. Because if you're fighting the new connections without even giving them a chance, it's low-key hurting only you. Like you won't get the love of your life if you continue to be pessimistic with everybody that approaches. Now, it's not saying just go willy nilly and be like, hey, here's this, here's that. I live in this place. Like, like don't do that. But be somebody who is still open, because you don't want to punish yourself or punish other people from, a beautiful connection, or I don't know, any the people who are innocent in the matter, not these people. There's people out here who did nothing to you, and if you're coming to them with this strict or this cutoff game or like whatever the heck it is, you're punishing them before they even did anything, and you're punishing yourself and missing out type of energy, because you have full control now type of thing. Like you have full clarity on the situation. You're in full control of everything now. So it's up to you to keep the faith and keep being positive. I can't keep like saying the same thing over. I'm just making sure you understand that this is kind of because you're like could be now self-sabotaging or just or like disrupting or destructive towards people trying to connect with you. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that makes sense. Bye.